Hello, everyone. This is Jonathon Moline, and welcome back to another Jonathon Moline's interviews. This is episode 21, and today we have a returning guest, Shimmer Studios. Welcome back, buddy. And
Thanks.
and for our main attraction today, he's a YouTuber who's chaotic. You may know him for the Dragon King series, and also a talented VTuber named Robert. What the fuck?
And we just. And here we go. We're off to the races.
You had to.
I couldn't hold back. I'm sorry. Or I could just done this.
God, we're off.
The be-
Oh God.
the very
Oh my God.
the very beginning of the interview, you had to.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, you could just hear me hit the floor doing this number.
Oh no. Oh God, we're getting off on the right foot here today, people.
All right. So in today's episode, we are going to be interviewing Rob and talking about how his series got started, and also Shimmer's here to fill in since he's Rob's partner in his series as well, to answer any questions that Rob needs help with answering. So, for everyone wondering, I have never interviewed two people in one episode before, so now it's happening. But all three of these people in this call, including myself, are all chaotic as fuck. So, let's start off. Okay, Rob, what got you inspired to start doing YouTube/Twitch VTubing?
Well, it started off with just YouTubing, and when I realized that where I was going nowhere for a whole 7 years, I decided, you know what, maybe I should try this, and I started doing screenshots and animation into like frame by frame type of style, which was conjured into what you know today as the Dragon King series. The
Yep.
old series, which is right now a dead project, is what I worked on and what has gained most of my subscriber count, because after, let's say, when I started I was only 80 subscribers, and I grew
Not bad.
to over, I want to say, about close to 2,000 almost subscribers since I did the series.
Not bad.
And then I ended up restarting the series from scratch, thinking, hey, maybe this might be a little better, being I know how to make newer models, hence the thumbnail and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm mentioning your thumbnail for the series, though. Alright, let me go into full screen, so that way I can work better.
We're not.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're good, you're good. I wish I had hand tracking, because I'd be talking with my hands, too, so... But the series is technically about my character being in the MLP area of entertainment. That and also making the series is easier because I don't have to work with fingies. I don't have to animate using the fingers.
I had to say it too.
Yes, I did.
Fingies.
Yeah, the fingies.
God damn.
Expect a lot of laughter today, people, because John's gonna lose his shit like Jay Leno.
That was a good. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah,
Jay Leno's awesome.
dude, he is.
But yeah, it's just me doing a lot of like just ragdoll posing and stuff like that, and like I just snap screenshots 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just get it all in one shot as fast as I can. And a lot of times though, I have what they call the artist's mental block, if you've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Where just everything in my head stops working and I'm just not in the mood to do anything. And it can be like that going for months before I finally get my second wind coming back into doing the screenshots again. That's why it's taking me so long to do all these things, do all this episodes and stuff like that. Much longer than it did for the old series. And also, sorry if my mouth rigging isn't looking all that good right now. Because it doesn't look like I'm barely talking.
It's okay.
Yeah. But, the series, like I said, is supposed to be about my character who was supposed to be born in what they call a refuge village. The refuge village was called Katano. That place was founded by the first Dragon King of the Northern Mountains, aka Apocalypse Stormbreaker.
Nice.
Then, and Apocalypse wasn't, well, let's just say he was evil to begin with, but he met a red-maned, dark gray, golden-eyed Pegasus named Glimmer Storm Chaser. So yeah, you notice where the storms are coming in here. Yeah, it's just like just somehow it was like destiny, and they ended up fighting each other, but they slowly started falling in love with each other over the years. They fought each other, and they decided to turn the old village that was burnt down by Glimmer. Well, not by Glimmer, but that Glimmer lived in. They took the old village that was burnt down and rebuilt the new village and called it Katano.
Glimmer, Shimmer, burnt down, Glimmer, Shimmer.
Sorry, no, don't think anything like that now.
No. And then you talked about Destiny. I'm like, oh, Destiny, that's a great game. Did it make a sequel, Destiny 2? Also great game.
Also, so maybe Sunset only, but anyway.
I just noticed those effects now.
But yeah, well, you would probably think that the Pegasus named Glimmer would be related to Starset, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Starlight, not Starset.
Starlight. Okay. Okay, it's been a while since I've ever used that name. Did you think this should be related to the... Yeah, pretty much. But you'd think that would be sort of a connection. There's not.
Mm-hmm.
See, they ended up having 3. Not just 1. They had 3 together. Which was my older brother, me, I'm the middle one, and then the baby sister, which has not come on screen yet. Titania. She is the baby. She knows nothing about Katana. She was just opening her eyes. In fact, never mind, not opening eyes. She just hatched when Katana was destroyed. Yeah, Draconians are born through eggs, and the eggs start off very small. So the egg grows and grows and grows until it's big enough you could fit a full-grown foal into it.
Interesting.
Then when it hatches, if it hatches, Draconians are usually born in 3 categories, just like equestrians are. There's Pegasi, Unicorn, and Earth. There's only one Alicorn in existence, and she's not even on the mainland. And Alicorn Draconians do not shed their feathers off their wings. However, Pegasi Draconians, when they're born and they hit puberty, they grow their fangs and their eyes become, well, their eyes are always slit, but yeah, they grow their fangs out, sort of like how vampires and Castlevania and all that shit did. And their feathers on their wings molt to reveal skin wing. So, in order to hit the final stage of maturity, they have to eat lightning. Which is where they get the points on their ears and all that stuff, which is supposed to be a sign of full maturity, aka alpha male. Or bull, as you would say.
Interesting.
And, yep. And Draconians are affected by clean, unsalted water. All they have to do is drink it, and it activates a aura gland in their esophagus that causes them to heal from extreme damage. For example, if they lose an arm, they could grow it back if they drink the water soon enough. If they have broken bones, the bones pop back into place. Or like ripped tendons, they reattach. Open wounds on the body, they seal up. Like it's a very overpowered ability, but it's not as overpowered as you think, because it doesn't give them back their aura, which is what they use to survive. Aura, if a full-blown draconian was to use up all of their aura, they would fade from existence. Sort of like how Discord would fade away if he did not do any chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah. So draconians would fade away like that. Sparkle, sparkle, disappear type of thing, And since my character and his siblings are half-breeds, they don't fade away. They just pass out. So yeah, that's one, and it makes them very vulnerable, so that's always a good idea to have a backup character to make sure they're safe and stuff like that. Anyway, and when draconians, the original homeland for a draconian was not Equestria. It is an isolated island out to the east, or far out to the east past the desert, called Willowmere. And it is ruled by the queen, a grandmother of my OC, Revera Stormbreaker. Revera is the same size as Celestia. She wears dragonic type armor that's kind of golden. She looks almost like a Celestia clone of my OC. Reasons why is because me and her are the only two in all of existence that have green manes and tails, and that is only because me and her were both born on a special event that happens only 1,000 years, called Year of the Flame. Year of the Flame is where if you are born in that year, you gain a special ability by a goddess of the flame, which is one of the made-up gods to my reality and stuff like that, And she is also the main reason why my main villain exists, Plague, is because of her father, the great god Ragnarok. Good Lord, it just keeps going up, trust me. It just goes into celestial levels here with this shit. But, yeah, all that's just because of him. So this all began because of Ragnarok being freaking stupid and being overprotective of his daughter. Which hence why, of course, there would be a... Okay, you've all heard of Grogar, right?
Yes.
We all know about Grogar. He's supposed to be claimed as the father of all monsters. He still is in my universe as well. However, him and Plague have a big rivalry going on, because Plague is supposed to be the destroyer of all life.
Plague. I know a comic he's from.
Oh. Oh.
You talk about Plague, huh?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I know that one.
Sorry, I had to drink some water. Anyway.
Continue.
Alright. So, the, Draconians, whenever, like I said, they don't develop the power to breathe fire through normal means. So they end up like they have to hit a certain age for them to blow fire. They can't just blow fire at birth, because that would just look too funny. Just to go little flame pop out when they hiccup. But it's kind of like a little Godzilla baby, little ring of fire come out. But technically, that's what the Draconians that I have created, that race was created in honor of Godzilla, because when they hit Draconic, yeah, and they exist sorry, English. The Ascension form past Draconic Awakening, which is only available through Royal Blood. They, how can I say it? Their manes glow. It's kind of like Godzilla's back spikes. So their mane and tails will start glowing when they hit the Ascension form, and it'll grow a little bit longer, kind of like Super Saiyan 3 in a way, just not as long. So I guess how you could say Dragon Ball Daimا's Vegeta Super Saiyan 3, if you've seen it yet. But it's sort of like halfway. So when they transform into that, they're supposed to be at the peak of their power. Well, my character ends up hitting a new form in the final season called Conquer the Dragon, which is the year of the flame transformation. Instead, he has the same look as Ascending, but he has 3 glowing golden horns on his head. 1 pointing forward and 2 pointing back. So in a way, he becomes like an alicorn in that form with 2 extra horns.
Interesting.
Yes. And he becomes at Plague's level with that transformation. At his strongest.
Plague, the 6-winged serpent.
In a way, you could think about that, yes. But this is a form of Plague that's different in my universe. This one is Plague of Death. Literal death. He is a demon wyvern hybrid pony.
Interesting.
His brother is the older brother, and I could tell you all about that. Good lord, I could go almost all day with this shit. But yeah, the best way you could probably describe the first part of my series is by watching the first, 16 episodes. Me and Shimmer are currently working on the next episodes coming up.
Yes.
So he's working on his portion, I'm working on my portion.
Interesting.
So anytime we have shots in one area, we tend to work together in the same map. So if I have any mods he needs, I could be like, okay, how about this? And anytime he has mods I need, he does the same thing. He just
I like how you go bloop.
just whoop.
Just like that.
Let me go turn on my light, and I feel like my tracking's just going. Yeah. BRB.
Well.
Yes, my tracking's gonna look very off because of it.
While Robert's doing that, Shimmer, what's it like working on the series with him?
There we go.
Sorry, I fell asleep during that history lesson, but it's pretty interesting. Though we both do different shots for different scenes. Sometimes day, sometimes night. Just depends on different times of day. We didn't originally establish a time of when, say a date or a month or a year. That's probably some of the things that we're both collaborating on, trying to figure out. Though I do on planning trying to fill in the blanks for some people on projects I cannot say yet. Very, very big thing coming.
It's cool. We're all looking forward to seeing it.
But yeah, alright. I am sorry about having to disappear like that, but
The Dragon King is back.
Yes, I am.
I am here. I heard him say that. Are you all night now?
I'm gonna turn it all night away.
I am here.
Oh man.
As he laughs like that. Anyway. God, if I laugh like that for too long, I'm gonna sound like Ace Ventura doing it.
Oh no.
Another good movie series.
Yes, always. But yeah,
Go on.
the series currently is being worked on for past events that's happened to me in IRL.
Mm.
As Shimmer knows about these events very much.
Very much so.
Yes, and of course you probably heard about it too.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the time whenever I
Mm-hmm.
get good heart. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I have someone else trying to contact me. But yeah,
You're popular today.
yes, I am. It's one of my only 2 days off for a week. I know.
Series can be
All good.
series can actually be inspired off of real life events that's actually happened to someone. Music and series are inspired off of something like that because everyone loves the emotional feel towards the art that's put behind the episode or the song or the track, something like that.
In some way, you can put it like that or to interpretation.
Yeah, interpretation. Yeah, because all three of us here
There
have
we go.
worked on some interesting shit.
Yeah, more than you know. But yeah, I guess you could say the past events involved an ex. I don't even know if I should consider her an ex anymore.
You don't have to go. You don't have to talk about it in the interview, my guy.
But yeah, one of the main villains is representing her.
I see.
Yes, and the villain in question is named Lilith, which is supposed to look like a evil demonic pinky clone.
Mm.
So, yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting one because a lot of the little foals are also gonna get involved in the fight as well. Like the ones I created, like Megas Dragonfly, the new Scootaloo. Yes, I revamped Scootaloo a little bit. Gave her a mohawk so she could look like her idol, Rainbow Dash. Anyway, I know Rainbow Dash don't normally have a mohawk, but she wanted the mohawk because she wanted a little more like Spitfire in a way. Because she wanted to be as how can I say? Why are my eyes closed? Stop it! I'm sitting here fighting with my damn model. Stop it! I'm not Naruto. Stop it! I'm not gonna sit there and squint the whole time like I'm fucking Naruto. Yeah.
I saw that anime too.
I will unsensify my freaking eyes. I have to.
Your eyes are closed again.
I know.
Oh my god. The woes of working with VTubers.
Blink sensitivity. Ha ha. Fuck you. There. My blink sensitivity was way too damn high. That's what was going on. Okay.
This
Anyway.
is gonna be the funniest part of the whole interview, right here.
Yeah.
Robert's
Somewhat.
just messing
I'm
with
like
it.
fighting with my eyeballs.
And me and Shimmer are like, what the?
We're fighting with my eye models right now. All right, water time.
Oh man.
VTubing.
Yeah.
Now, here's a good one. Here's a good one to ask Rob.
Yeah.
What inspired you to get into VTubing?
That's actually a damn good question. Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess you could say that for me, it's mostly a confidence thing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I used to be a flesh tuber, as a lot of you probably already know. I jumped into being a VTuber because I started getting self-conscious of how I look because, things like that. I'm noticing I'm not getting any younger. I'm starting to look older. I'm getting gray hairs for God's sakes. Uh, and my hair is almost as long as Shimmer's right now.
Not even close.
Hey, I'm at least halfway.
Not even close.
Okay. But yeah, his hair goes way down.
Yeah,
But
just
alright.
show people.
Yeah.
I did shower this morning, so it's gotten pretty long since
And
last
think
time.
about it. That's only half
But,
as long as it's supposed to be.
That's what happens within time.
Your hair's
He straightens that.
Your hair's starting to look like Slash, the guitar player from Guns N' Roses.
Hey,
He has curly
Listen,
long hair.
when I first met Shimmer, I honestly thought that he was Jack Black.
hey, I get. Look, these two have been pulling the jokes with the long hair and me for quite some time. John, especially. Mainly, he comes up with really, really ridiculous names: Carlito, Jack Black, Hagrid, Slash.
DJ came up with that one. DJ came up with the Hagrid.
Hagrid is actually a damn good one because I didn't realize it until I looked at Hagrid and looked at him and I was like, wait a minute. To do like 3 double takes to realize he's right.
When I became friends with you, Shimmer, all those years ago, you just had a buzz cut and you were clean shaven.
Yeah, I did. But now it's kind of like when you get older, you kind of just realize, there's certain things you can just do with the body and just
You just say screw it.
somewhat.
So back then, he looked like a bouncer at a bar. Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't look like a fucking bouncer with a fucking tank top, dude.
No, I'm talking about like you put on the white security shirt and then voila.
Oh, no. They don't even wear white. What are you talking about?
I know, I don't think hardly any of us, but maybe Jonathon probably wears white.
Yeah. Sounds accurate.
It's like, how dare. Get called out.
Hey, I wear white and black.
I wear mostly black unless I go outside. Then I wear white.
Dude, I wear black and white whenever I need to.
I am 6'5".
That doesn't impress me.
Runs under you. No. I might be short, but I can run.
Shimmer and I got football player bodies.
Very much so.
Like WWE type body. You probably body slam people.
Oh yeah, I could still body slam you.
I know, you done tried once. But yeah. Alright, back to the interview in question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. The series that Shimmer is working on is supposed to be connected intertwined and somehow weaved into my story. So that way, in a way, it's like an actual collab. So with his story weaving into my story, it makes it more interesting, and it like expands the concept of how Equestria works in this universe. Because a lot of the map in Equestria, if you ever looked at the map, is unexplored.
It is.
In Hasbro. Like, past Everfree, you don't know what's past Everfree. No one ever does, because no one ever goes that far. Like, I don't even remember what side of the map Everfree was on. Was it, like, on the west or the east side?
Like, I've seen the map of Equestria, and then also there's another map that the comic series use that goes beyond from just the regular, what we know from the Hasbro show, but the IDW comics do add a little bit more. So it's kind of like the world's kind of more expanded between both universes. But usually, like, Everfree would kind of be near Fluttershy's, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of like the only canonically closest place you could find Everfree at.
Yeah, because the further you go into the woods, the more self-aware the woods become, because that's why they call it Everfree. It's because the ponies don't control it. It works on its own. Because I never understood how in the world the seasons were changing in Ponyville or Equest or what in Canterlot. I was trying to say Everfree, Ponyville, and all the
It's
other
okay.
shit all at one
It's
time.
okay. It's okay.
Anyway. But then you also have Saddle Arabia and what is that other place? That was kind of Western like. I can't remember what it was named.
You mean Appaloosa?
Yeah, Appaloosa, that's it. Because you got those places, and it doesn't explain where on the map they are.
Then you got Starlight's Village, and then you got. Then you got
Starlight,
Then you got all the locations that were filmed in the movie in 2017.
Yep,
yeah,
like Equal Town and shit like that. Like, you just don't know where these places are in Equestria. I'm like, what? They got the whole map displayed here. Where are they?
Where are they? I can totally.
So I'm starting.
Rob,
I can actually, yes.
Rob, I can totally picture you walking in the store, going to Mare. You're like, where are they? Just interrogating everyone where the map is looking. Where are they? Like, where is she?
Where's Spirit? Where's Batman? I am Batman. Justice.
oh god.
Forgot them. Anyway, the I want to say that these locations could be outside the actual known map. Is my best guess.
They probably are.
Because the northern mountains beyond them, which is where my character originated from, past the northern mountains is supposed to be the Crystal Empire, which is where in the glacial area, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be surrounded by ice, but they have a protective dome. Because crystal ponies, I don't think feel cold, do they?
Nope.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Just imagine my character going there, or Shimmer's character going there, and we're both just sitting there shivering in a blanket going,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I would! You're made of fire! I'm a dragon! I'm weak
That's
against cold, too. That's where our weaknesses are very similar.
Different.
We have very similar powers, but also very similar weaknesses.
Nah, buddy.
What, you're not weak against ice?
Dude, really? Ice versus fire? What do you think melts?
I mean, good point. But being my character is supposed to be reptilian in nature, of course cold weather is going to affect him.
Cold-blooded.
Underneath a draconian's fur, as you see in the thumbnail I've sent John over here, the reason why he's so shiny on his fur, not only does he shampoo a lot, underneath that fur are very shiny black scales. So that also indicates that the shine on his body. And those scales cannot be penetrated by any metal or any object in Equestria except by two known alloys. One is Damascus steel, and the other comes from Shimmer's native mines of Athenia called Athenium. Of course, Draconians have their own type of thing too. I think, what was it called? Jade something. Some kind of jade. But it's what Pandora's box is made from, that the Draconians had created to imprison the 5 main demons of the mainland. So far, from what I've made the story, 3 of them are already in Pandora's box. 2 of them are still loose. One of them is Lilith. The other one is the next villain past Lilith.
Interesting. Demons.
And the next villain, yeah, these demon ponies are basically chaos. Yeah, chaos incarnate is what they are.
Interesting.
They're the ones that's, yeah, they're the ones that's been sent to Equestria from the Dark Realm that's mentioned in the wiki of Equestria, if you've all heard about that, the Dark Realm. The place not even monsters will go into. They originate from there, and they were sent to Equestria to cause disorder and chaos. Kind of different type of chaos than what Discord himself would be into, because Discord's more into the fun, this is a joke type of thing. Like, he doesn't want to kill no damn body. He just wants to make it funny. He just wants to add a little spice to it.
Oh, he just wants to cause a little chaos.
Pretty much.
Always.
Oh my gosh, here we go, the 3 Discords in one call.
I mean, if we had one more, we would have 4.
The 4 Discords!
I mean, look, it's not going to be 2 Discords and 1 dragon, okay? We're not going to turn this into one of those type of videos.
Oh, Rob!
Fucking Draconic Queef. Anyway.
Draconic Just call it
What the
Queef?
fuck?
Yes. Draconic Queef.
Got a Queef.
Oh, Lord.
I just made a new freaking word. Draconic Queef is Draconic Kiss my ass.
All the Draconicus OC users get offended.
Yeah, pretty much.
They are.
Sadly, there's only one that exists. Well, 2 now. Because there's a second one in my series named Eris. And that's also going to be appearing in Shimmer's episodes very soon.
My friend Chaos has a dragon, Draconicus OC.
Mm-hmm. Eris is supposed to be the sister of Discord. The long-lost sister, because Plague apparently destroyed the entire Draconicus race because he saw them as a threat to his power. Because Draconicus have been known to be extremely fucking powerful.
OP.
And if the entire race will survive and they all went against Celestia, she's fucked. And not in a good way fucked. She's fucked. That's probably the reason why Plague would have eliminated them, is because they would probably choose to fight with Celestia, not against her. So he decided to eliminate them. Which is also the similar reason to why he tried to eliminate the Wyvern race, or destroy the Canyons, as it's called, which would be more onto Shimmer's part of the story.
Yeah. Rob's kind of
elaborate?
revealing a lot more than... I mean, he's revealing a lot more than what needs to be expected, but there will be a Wyvern character that I have yet to reveal. I think it was revealed in the original Dead Project of 3.5, but we haven't really formally introduced him to everyone. So it'll be more of a surprise if you see more episodes coming down the line, or whenever like more episodes come out from Rob's end, or even like my end.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely going to be more, I guess you could say, more AREG elements coming into play in the near future. I think we did one of them while we were doing the first season, with some of the things on Rob's channel, but I'll also be doing some ARG elements as well, so
Yes.
definitely be on the lookout for some surprises along the way.
Exactly.
Yes, some surprises are coming, and no, I haven't mentioned the creature that you're mentioning there, Michael. I just mentioned a simple location that's going to be beyond Equestria's map that we all know. Probably more towards the northeast, if that would be a good location.
I think that sounds accurate, because most of the stuff that's going on with where the 2 kingdoms would be at, or I guess 3, I don't know, I guess you could call it the old country, where Equestria and everything from the IDW comics and Hasbro's end could be considered the new country, or new territory, new world, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You know?
Guys, that's where a lot of unknown elements or unknown regions are going to be across the ocean, way out to the east. But nobody knows beyond the west.
Yeah.
Like, because beyond the west is where a lot of dead happens. A lot of destruction, wild monsters that tend to how can I say, a lot more violent creatures are there. But my series is more based into a Dragon Ball Z type of fighting style because
Another good anime.
characters, yeah, the characters, the Draconian race, they thrive off of power, like I said earlier, they thrive off of power called aura, which they have a very deep connection with. Anybody can use aura if they focus and train their body enough. However, the reason why Draconians use it so easily is because they have that deep connection, like a natural instinct on how to use it. Kind of like how unicorns have a natural instinct to use the magic in their horns.
Yep.
And a Pegasus learns that they can naturally fly.
And then you have the alicorns who can do both of that.
Yes. Damn alicorns. Anyway. They have the best of both worlds. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not like no one in here has an alicorn OC. I
mean... yeah, John.
Yeah, that's kind of accurate, John.
He's like, curse you. Hey, you made him. I don't ever want to be an alicorn. Not because
a great
but
story.
Not because of...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
You're the star.
Yeah, you're good. No, you're good. The reason why I didn't want to make my character an alicorn is because if I gave him a horn, I want it to be bone-like, not like equestrian, like straightforward type of deal. I wanted his horn to be more like curled back and look more dragon-like. Because... And not because of, like, everybody saying that I would be royalty or anything by being an alicorn. But I'm actually, at the end of this series, there is going to be a movie that involves the last male alicorn as a main villain. Yes, you notice how all the alicorns are female, right? How often have you seen a male one?
In the show?
Ever.
Except that one with Big Mac, but that was just a dream.
That was a dream sequence, so...
Yeah, that was also... I guess you could say that was like a gag episode. But this movie is going to involve the last male alicorn to actually exist in my universe. And he existed 1,500 years ago. And Celestia remembers him. Because they had to put him away. He was that evil. I guess you could say he was more evil than Sombra. And Sombra wasn't even an alicorn. He was what? An Umbrium?
I believe so.
He's an Umbrium race.
I'm working on a series with Sombra.
But yeah, I actually was hoping to see more Umbrium type ponies or OCs actually come out in the world, because Umbriums I don't think they were all evil. I think it was mainly Sombra and a few of his followers that were evil.
Well, I have a surprise for you about that, but I can't say it yet because we're recording, so...
Yeah, I would save it if you're gonna, like, save some surprises. That's what I'm doing. Like, I'm mainly, like... holding back a lot of information that would have come out, but, you know, like, I'd rather kind of keep my cards close right now.
Yeah, you don't want no spoiler alerts have to pop up and stuff like that. I got
spoiler. No.
Never.
I'll admit, I'll spoil the fuck out of my series. Don't try. I will do it.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's your interview, my guy.
The only thing I'm gonna do is try to keep Shimmer's side of it concealed.
Well, it makes sense, because that's your homie.
Yeah. Because, see... Alright, so... If everyone has noticed, my character has always had the orange flaming eyes, right? They're very unique compared to any other Draconian that exists in the series. But that's because that's the other sign of his royal blood. The very first king or queen of the Draconians developed a flaming eye that became passed down throughout their generations. The flaming eyes indicate the royal bloodline, which is also an indication of the Draconic Awakening transformation, which is also part of the royal bloodline.
Interesting.
So, like...
Well, fuck, we've been recording for 45 minutes.
Is that good?
I feel like we could have went longer.
We'll see. Like, I mean, it's gonna be a big file.
I'm sure we'll come up with something throughout the entire interview. We'll have something else to say.
As long as I don't have to,
Yeah,
as long as I don't have to use the washroom or anything, or get called up to dinner.
Oh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the editor's gonna have fun with things like this.
Oh boy.
My interview series aren't edited. It's all raw.
I mean, at least it's not the sound you can smell.
Oh god.
Just the thumbnail's edited. Just the interview itself's not edited because it's raw.
I gotcha. Alright. Anyway.
Continue.
But, alright. So, the way it's going to work with my series is it's going to be close to... How many seasons am I planning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 13 to 14 seasons in total, and that's including the new generation. Yes, there's going to be a second generation halfway through all these series, starting at like season 8, where it's going to feature my OC's twin children. Yes, he has twins. And one's a male, one's a female. And of course, it's going to end up being very similar to like Gohan and Goku type BS coming up after that. Well, I can't really think of anything else as far as that goes, but there will be at least 7 movies made.
Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing this shit when it comes out. I've seen your last series. It was really good.
Yeah. I know you saw the last episode because you did comment on it.
Yes.
But yeah, yeah, you did. Episode 16. You did comment on
He
it.
still remembers what episode it was.
Yeah. But yes, I'm already currently making the next parts as we speak as well. Even though I'm not really in Gmod, he probably is. He's probably running around on my map right now.
No, actually, I'm on one of my maps because I'm currently working on some shots for my end.
Okay. I say you jump in Gmod. I have my server open for 2 people. I assumed you joined me.
He assumes, but
they're working on stuff as we speak behind the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're always doing something. If it's not this, I'm usually hanging out with one of my other VTuber friends, which currently one was contacting me not long ago because she wants to do Resident Evil Village, but she's too scared to do it alone. So I'm there as the comfort dragon. I'm like a plushie she squeezes.
OG Resident Evil fan. Played every game.
Yes.
Seen every movie. Beat everything.
Demonstrescu. I mean, what?
Oh god. Not that supersized bitch.
A supersized bitch can sit on my face. I mean, what?
Oh boy.
Listen, I'm an 18 plus person. Okay, get used to it.
I'm used to it. I've been used to it. I lived with it for probably 1.5 years.
I'm used to this. I'm used to this shit all the time. What are you talking about?
Hey, I lived with it for 1.5 years. I should know.
Yep, and he knows just how chaotic it gets.
Yeah, it does.
A lot.
So your VTuber model's head was down like this for a second. You're like,
because I was looking at my toes.
it literally looked like you were dead. Like you were like, see that? Like,
because of my tracking, I was looking down at my foot. I was doing some things.
Yeah, that was.
Like, so I'm trying to get fiberglass out of my toe because it got fiberglass in it from work yesterday. But anyway, so So yeah, there's gonna be like 7 movies.
Okay.
I will be working on the second movie that will be coming out soon. It's like I said, it's going to involve the last male Alicorn as the main villain. He's going to be mostly black from mane to body, and his eyes are going to be a mix between green and red. So yeah, the reason why I'm making him is because, and no, I originally was going to make him black and white, but then I realized, oh, I know someone who has an OC like that. I don't want to do that because they might think I'm turning him into the bad guy. John. You're the one with the black and white OC.
I have a good story with my OC, okay?
I know.
Very good story.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I was trying to avoid making that similarity issue because I didn't want you to think, why does this bad guy look like my character?
An alternate timeline, there is an evil version of Vision Wave, an alternate timeline. I have a really good series I was going to do with that, but due to some... I'll get into it another time. But it's still...
Yeah, probably best.
Eventually. But yeah, the villain's name was going to be called Equinox.
Equinox. Interesting.
So... he was basically going to become... See, he was supposed to be stronger than Celestia and all that other stuff because him being a male, he believes the world should be ruled by only alicorns. So he's one of those types that wants to eliminate everything that doesn't have both wings and a horn.
Sounds like a pretty fucked up individual. When are you hiring for voice actors?
That would be hilarious, actually.
I could voice him. I mean, I'm really good. I'm down for an evil character.
Yeah. Problem is, see, everything I make in my series is impromptu. There's no script whatsoever.
I do the same thing.
All in my head.
I do the same thing.
But you gotta understand the world before you can become part of it. Shimmer basically has his own world.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably tell a little bit of what you'll expect on my end a little bit because I do plan on working on 13 seasons similar to Rob's. However, I don't plan on doing a lot of movies. Probably just one mini movie and then one full-length movie would probably be best described. And, you know, with Burning Memories kind of being a project made into 5 parts, as according to record of the old series, there might be a possibility of doing 5 parts of that and just kind of like making a much more condensed version of the Burning Memories. Just retool it and reutilize some of the shots, maybe reutilize some of the scenes. We might consider a full remake of it, but not in the same 10-part style that we did in the past. Maybe something like a lot shorter.
Yes.
That's
so
awesome.
basically,
Looking forward to seeing
so basically me and him are going to be finding a way to want to recreate Burning Memories. I want to actually remake Burning Memories from scratch with the same type of design we were going with like the beginning dream sequence, all that stuff. I want to start off almost exactly like that, but it's going to have to be its own series, its own episodes. Not like across paths, like every once in a while type of thing. I want to make it a full-on thing.
I mean, we don't have to make it a full-on remake of what we did. We could change it up a little bit. Because the timeline's completely different from what we originally thought about back then. So it kind of is a good way to reintroduce everything and it almost acts as an origin story in some way, but it just it kind of takes place before what will be the series that I'm working on.
It's a prequel series?
Essentially, it'll be a prequel mini movie, basically.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah,
like the title.
Oh, you're good.
Oh yeah, no, the title will probably stay the same, Burning Memories, but it will probably have some familiar scenes from when we did Burning Memories, but the different directions we're taking it will kind of feel a little bit new, and at the same time it'll feel like wearing a old glove or sitting on a sofa that you're familiar with, kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, sort of like how my first movie turned out, it's gonna be probably what they call a past story. I don't know how, if what kind of quels that would be considered, prequel, uquel, whatever.
Ah,
It'd be a prequel.
cool.
Okay, prequel.
Anyways,
Cause
hmm.
if you're out of time, you could tell us.
Well, you're approaching that 1 hour mark.
Yep, I
I
am.
mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, usually.
I got most of it covered, but
Yeah.
I-
Go ahead.
I mean, it's just I don't know if you had any other questions for me because the whole time it started off with just me rambling about the whole series this entire hour.
But
Almost like a history lecture.
But
So
in a way, that kind of made the interview interesting because you talked about your series. So I wanted you and Shimmer to talk and take the spotlight a little bit, and I go,
Yes.
and uh-huh. So
Mhm.
I liked what you have planned, but the thing is, now I do have actually one final question for you
Mm-hmm.
about your Iconquist. They're they're very interesting. Why a lot of people in the fandom did not create OCs based on them because either character design is hard to draw a Draconicus. Artists have hell trying to draw them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're really cool because it'd be kind of cool to see like more Discords, maybe family out there if there's a more original Draconicus, and it would also be cool if there was to see if there was any more male alicorns out there because there probably was, but they never touched upon that in the show.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the reason why I think there are no more male alicorns is because a lot of the male alicorns became corrupted with power, sort of
Yep.
like how a mad king would be.
Yep.
And of course, we know in certain cases a certain princess probably has gotten corrupted, Luna. And I think that's what happened to a lot of the male alicorns is they turned to nightmare and were eliminated because of how big a threat they were.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, and a Draconicus, as far as I'm aware of, they don't always have to be like multi-parted like Discord himself is. You could have a Draconicus being one type of form if you wanted to. Sort of like
Mm.
a Draconicus could be a full snake. It could look like an actual dragon.
Mm.
It could even become a pony. Like Draconicus have the power to shapeshift.
They're shapeshifters.
That's what. Yeah, they just snap their fingers. That's it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And anyways, I have one more for you, Shimmer. Since this is the second
right.
time you grace my presence with the interview, uh, this one is hits you. This one's gonna get you. What inspired you to work on a series similar to Rob's?
Um, when I first watched his series, the old version of the series, there's something about it that like it kind of felt like, it's like the villain of the day kind of thing. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
like, like it can be okay like that, but evidently you have to kind of expand and like broaden yourself out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what the intention was when I started working with him on some of this stuff, and even with the stuff I'm working on and with him at the same time, because like you don't have to do a villain of the day story, like you could kind of go a little bit deeper into it, kind of like how like Alice would fall into the rabbit hole. Once you fall in, you can go as deep
Yes.
as possible with it, no matter what direction you can take it.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So it's almost like I can basically kind of say it like this to give you a little bit of what's to come, because I did send Rob what the original was going to be called 8 hours earlier. I could probably spoil this one real quick. That was not meant to be the
Spoiler
original
alert.
tape. kind of a spoiler alert, but not really a spoiler alert at the same time because it's already out there. But there is another tape. There's one that has been sitting in the archive for a while, and it's now being looked at as we speak.
Awesome, and I'm looking forward to see more of your work, my friend.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, same with you, Rob. Thank you for coming down. Same with you, Shimmer. I look forward to seeing both of your works in the future, and I will link your social media in the description of this video when it comes out. Until then, stay frosty, my friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. What the fuck? God damn it, Rob!
Oh my god.
You really are chaotic, SOB. Hello, everyone. This is Jonathon Moline, and welcome back to another Jonathon Moline Interviews. And today I'm doing something I've never done before. This time, I have a familiar returning guest from Season 1, Shimmer Studios. He's back. But then I have the guest of the evening, Rob the Convict.
Huh?
Or Rob the Dragon King.
Yes, I'm about to say I'm the.
Yes.
Oh, awkward. We just started off on the wrong foot.